Hello, people. A warm good afternoon to you all. Welcome to Football 360. I have some quick exclusive for you, and that's why I'm doing this short video, especially to the Kumasi and Kotoko fans and to most of the Ghana Premier League fans. So there's strictly local news and local exclusives. We learned that Tuesday, the IMC of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, led by Nana Kwesi Apenkra, Kuntumpuni Aferehene, and Katachi Mayele, Dr. James Kwesiapia, head coach of Sudan national team, and I'm a member of Kumasi Asante Kotoko's interim management committee (IMC). Went to Manhyia to see the live patron and the owner of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Opem Suo Otumfo Seitu Abibio the second. A whole lot of conversations happened, but I can't bring to you what happens when they can meet people of high quality, people of that standard and caliber. What I can tell you is that conversations surrounding coach came up. And then what the king came into conclusion with members of the IMC was that the urge or the idea to go for an expatriate coach or the urge to go for a German coach should be put on hold for the meantime. The king believes that opportunity should be given to local coaches, and that he thinks that a local coach has the capacity and the capability to steer the affairs of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He doesn't believe that they need an expatriate coach to be able to go to Africa and do well. He doesn't believe that they need an expatriate coach to win the league and then laurels and bring back the old glory and the old successes that Kumasi Asante Kotoko chalked in the past. In fact, he said that past glories that Kumasi Asante Kotoko won, being the Champions League or all the league titles, have come from local coaches. And so the edge or the idea of going for a German coach or an expatriate, pumping in dollars to go for an expatriate who doesn't understand the language, who doesn't understand the culture, who doesn't understand what players go through in the local scene, should be put on hold for the meantime. And so I think the IMC have accepted that idea and accepted that motive and will be going for a local coach. If the IMC is going for a local coach, who is it going to be? Now I have Coach Max Okonodo here, I have Coach Sika Okono here, and I have Karim Zito, the interim coach here. Now, Karim Zito was brought in as an interim coach. The conversation was that Karim Zito, after serving as an interim coach, will be appointed as a technical director of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We understand that Coach Malik Jabel is serving in an equally important role in that same technical directorship role. But then they wanted to have Coach Karim Zito as technical director, having or developing a football philosophy, football idea for both the senior Kotoko side and the Kotoko, the young Pokemon team. But then it is pointing towards a Karim Zito head coach technical directorship. What we are hearing is that Karim Zito is leading the three names that I mentioned. Karim Zito is the lead, and is leading coach Maxwell Konadu, is leading coach Sika Akono. Both coaches, Maxwell Konadu and Sika Akono, have had stints with Kotoko. Maxwell Konadu, I can remember 2 times coming to Kotoko. The second one didn't end quite well. Coach Sika Akono, we all know, was at Kotoko, took Kotoko to the Confederations Cup group stage. And so they are top level coaches, notwithstanding that. But then it is pointing towards a Karim Zito appointment as substantive head coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He has the backing of his players. He has the backing of some members of the IMC. He has strong backing at Manhyia. He has the backing of the supporters. And it's 80%, 90% going to be Karim Zito head coach and Karim Zito technical director. So he's going to serve as head coach for the main team and the technical director for the junior team that Kotoko has set up. I don't know the conversation that will go on with Sika Akono and Coach Maxo Konadu, but I think the eminent return to Kumasi Asante Kotoko have been shortened, and then the rumors must end today because Karim Zito, no matter the results that he's going to accumulate in the remaining 3 matches in the Ghana Premier League, is going to get the backing of the IMC, the backing of the life patron of the club, the backing of Manhyia, and Karim Zito is going to be the substantive head coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. If Karim Zito is going to remain as a substantive head coach, it means Karim Zito's recommendations should be taken hugely in the transfer policy. I made it known to you that Coach Zito has identified Joseph Esso as an experienced striker that Kumasi Asante Kotoko should go and sign if they are to go to Africa. He knows the African terrain, he's experienced, he banging goals anywhere he goes. And so Joseph Esso purchase is on the line. Walid Neymar, a winger that can dribble in and out, a winger that can shoot, has power, has goals in his boot, who last featured for Inswatchman, the truncated club. I don't want to say it was suspended because they ran away from the league. The league didn't run away from them. Had been followed keenly by members of the MSC of Kumasi Asante Kotoko for the past 2 weeks. And so Walid Neymar is on the short list of wingers that Kumasi Asante Kotoko is chasing. A surprising name is that my only issue with Wale Neymar is that he hasn't played a competitive football since March, because the last time Inswatman featured in a highly competitive football game was somewhere 21st, 22nd February 2025. And so for some 3 months, going into about 5 to 6 months before the season returns or before Kotoko make their first appearance in Africa, Wale Neymar has yet to kick a ball. We know he's been doing a little shake-up at home, but then you can't compare individual training to a group set training. And so fitness is not on the side of Wale Neymar. But then surprisingly, Kumasi Asante Kotoko has placed a call, and the call didn't go anywhere but to the camp of Evans Osei-Owusu. Now, that young, gifted, ambidextrous footballer, that winger that scores, that assists, that has shots, that has power, that has skill, and has a high ceiling, has been called by Kumasi Asante Kotoko. The first call went to the camp of Samatex, and the management of Samatex were quite frank with the leaders of Kotoko that Evans Osei-Owusu is no more a player of Samatex. We understand that Evans Osei-Owusu picked up an injury at the tail end of last season and was supposed to undergo some rehabilitation process, and so he wasn't part of the contingent for Samatex for Africa. But we thought that after going through the rehabilitation process, he would be integrated into the mainstream Samatex team. But from what we are picking, Evans Osei-Owusu's contract has run out at Samatex and is now a free agent. If Evans Osei-Owusu is a free agent, based on what he has shown on the local scene, wherever he goes, he scores, even though he's a winger, but he's a productive winger. He's not just an entertaining winger that will dribble you and give the fans something to cheer about when they come to the stadium. He assists and he scores. If Evans Osei-Owusu is a free agent, then Kumasi Asante Kotoko must go all in for that. Remember that Coach Hassan Ouattara, sorry, Coach Abubakar Ouattara of House of Folk had placed a call to the camp of Evans Owusu to talk to the boy, but then he didn't get the full considerations from the boy. And so if Kumasi Asante Kotoko has shortlisted Evans Osei-Owusu as another winger that they will be chasing, or as a productive winger that they would like to bring to their belts, then they must do everything that they can to get the boy. My only concern, again, is injury and fitness. Evans Owusu has not kicked a ball for close to a year. The whole of this season, he's been home, nursing an injury. So if you are buying him, there should be some form of communication between him, your technical team, and your supporters, because they will be expecting the Evans Osei-Owusu that they know of old to come hit the ground running. But you don't get that. When a player is nursing an injury and he comes in, you must integrate him through individual recovery sessions before you integrate him properly to the team. Give him some period of 2 to 3 months, then he will see the proper player that you bought. If Kotoko wants Evans Osei-Owusu, I will give them my go ahead. He's a good winger. He dribbles left, he dribbles right. He has power, he shoots, he scores, he assists. And so it will be a good purchase for Kotoko, and I raise them well. The only thing is that they have House of Folk on their way, and they must do everything that they can to wrestle Evans Osei-Owusu from the hands of the phobias. Injury scare at Adakodach. Patrick Asiedu, Samba O'Neill, Andrew Sintimanu weren't part of Kotoko's last training sessions. 3 key players. Samba O'Neill has been a mainstay at the back, center back. Patrick Asiedu has played almost all the matches of Kumasi Asante Kotoko as their left back. He has been excellent, and he's the best left back on the Ghana Premier League soil. No doubt about that. I don't think any left back is going to argue. And then Andrew Sintimanu, what a revelation for this year. What a season that Sintimanu is having. And so if you're going to dance back and be beginning to go face Goldstars, who are also chasing for the light title, and three key players of your team didn't train, fans have to worry. But then I have a good news for the fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko that the absence of Andrews Menu, the absence of Patrick Asiedu, the absence of Samba O'Neill in the training grounds at Adakodachi shouldn't be much of a concern because they were just given a recovery day or a day out of break, a day out or a break period from training because the coach thought that they've been worn out, they are fatigued, and then because they've wear their socks throughout the whole season, they needed a day off to recover and then join the mainstream session. And so today, in a friendly game against Adop FC, they might feature and then they might get some minutes and to play in action. Albert Amwa is having an individual training session. Samuel Tinedu has been welcome back from injury. Emmanuel Anchi, not so much. I think he's still in pains and will have to nurse an injury and will definitely miss the trip to BBNE. So Patrick Asiedu, Sambo O'Neill, and Andrew Sintimenu's injury scare and absence from training shouldn't be much of a concern as they had just a day off as break and that they will return and likely to feature and have some minutes in their friendly game against Adam FC. The Ghana Premier League, its management, and Ghana Football Association must take a key step today or tomorrow. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. The game featuring the BNE Goldstars and Asante Kotoko, the intel that I'm picking, not from one source, not from two sources, but from multivariate sources, is saying that the management of BBNE Goldstars are not going to allow a live telecast at the BBNE Dance Park. I mean, what are we doing? What are we practicing in Ghana? Do we just organize players to go kick ball around and go home? For Christ's sake, we've come of age. We've come of age. We are old. We've played football since 1958. We are 4 times champions on the African soil. We are noted as a football country. So if you are fighting for a league title and you are playing against a competitor who also has the same slot fighting for the league title, and you say because you are playing home, you are not going to allow the game to be telecast, what are we practicing? I'm surprised the GFA president, the management of the Premier League, haven't taken a step since Wednesday. It's been more than 24 hours. You have the intel, you have the intelligence. The BNE Goldstars are threatening that they are not going to allow their game to be telecast, and you are watching them. I mean, what are we doing to ourselves? And we expect a corporate Ghana to embrace us and come into the league with sponsorships? The league is still without a headline sponsor. We should be doing everything that we can to make it attractive to the corporate world so that they'll pump in money and make our league lucrative, sustainable, and enjoyable so that we can keep their best players on the league. Because you are fighting for a league and you are meeting a competitor, you have a 6-pointer against Kumasi Asante Kotoko, you don't want to telecast your game? Ghana Football Association must set up and do something about it. It's not only BBN Goldstars. Nations FC have sent signal that they are going to do same at Abrankese when they meet Samatex on Sunday. And it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen at BBN Dance Park. It shouldn't happen at Abrankese. The match must be shown live. It must come on TV. Security men must be around. This is the same league year that a football fan was stabbed at the stadium, killed. It's been 4 months, nothing has happened. And we look on unconcerned. Christ me. The GFA must take a bold step today, before day ends, or by close of day today. The GFA must send signal, write a strong letter, strongly headed letter to the managers of Nations FC and BBN Goldstars. You can't be challenging for the league and be showing this kind of unprofessionalism. Are you the first clubs to be challenging for league? We've had many league winners before you came into the scene. And so you can't put your 3 points ahead of the professionalism. We understand stakes are high. It has become competitive. And that's why we expect show sportsmanship. Fair play should be the game of the day. The game must be shown live. Spectators, football lovers, and everybody who is keenly following the top four race and who eventually emerges as a winner of the Ghana Premier League must have a feel of the game. If you believe in your quality, if you believe in your technical know-how and the technical abilities of the men on your dugout, allow the game to be telecast live. The BNI Goldstars must allow the game to be telecast. Nations FC must allow the game to be telecast. Why are we doing it to ourselves? In the first round at the Takwa TNA Park, the new one, Manhyia prevented Kotoko and prevented the media men from telecasting that game. Notice has been served that Kumasi Asante Kotoko is going to do the same to Manhyia next week. Because they did it to them in Takwa. And the Ghana Football Association didn't do anything about it. Now that we are at the tail end of the competition, the BNI Goldstars and Nations are threatening to do the same. And Kotoko are saying that if it goes on, or if they go to BNI and that game against Goldstars is not telecast, they are going to allow their match against Manhyia to be telecast at Babaya Sports Stadium. GFA, we have gotten to the business end of the league. This is where it all matters. This is where you must prove that you are management or you are the managers of the Ghana Premier League. This is where you must show that you have balls. This is where you must show that you are the one calling orders. You are the one pulling strings. This is where you must show that you are the owners of the league. It's not only about Black Stars. The league is your biggest marketing brand that you must sell. You can't allow it to be trampled over. You can't allow just anybody for their own parochial interest to be running it down. It shouldn't happen. The game must be telecast at Dance Park and at Abrankese, so that Kotoko wouldn't prevent media men from telecasting this against Manhyia. The league must be won on the fair grounds. It shouldn't go to anybody on a silver platter. Ghana Football Association must do or take action now. Write a strongly headed letter to Nations and BBN Goldstars to stop that evil agenda they have and allow their matches to be telecast before any unfortunate incident happens again. We've had so many of them. We don't want to experience any of such again. Ghana Football Association, this should be a caution. So viewers, sorry that I got into my unlikely mood at the last 15 or at the last 10 minutes of this video. It was supposed to be a quick exclusive on players that Kumasi Asante Kotoko is chasing, and then their coaching situation, what came out from their meeting, the IMC meeting with Opemswo at Manhyia Palace. But then some things must be spoken and truth must be said to power. That's why I decided to go into the brief of BBN Goldstars and Nations FC preventing media men from telecasting their games. It must come on. The league must be won, but it must be won on fair grounds. This has been our exclusive for today. If you get any other stories on grounds, we shall bring it to your attention. Kumasi Asante Kotoko is on the market for a productive winger. Wale Neymar, Ivan Sose Usu are men on their book list, and they are going to be chasing them. Coach Zito has been given an 80% chance of his position being maintained as a substantive coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Still, Sika Akono and Coach Maxwell Konadu are still in the corridors of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But I think Coach Zito will enjoy the dog's bite and will have the job given to him. The match featuring Kotoko and BBN Goldstars at Dance Park must be telecast. That of Nations and some others must be telecast so that we enjoy our league. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Let me understand, or let's make your intentions known, your suggestions, your comments, your critique. Drop it at the comment section. Let's make this a dialogue. I know I've been making a monologue, talking to you all the time, but then comment, okay? Share your ideas, share your thoughts. I mean, criticize us so that we can correct our wrongs, and let's make it fun. I think you enjoy it, and I appreciate your time. I mean, for taking some time off your daily activities. I mean, spending it at workplace, spending it at home, everywhere you find yourself in, and for clicking to watch our video. Thank you for being my audience. Thank you for welcoming me to your place of abode, your workplace, your place of leisure, everywhere you find yourself. Don't forget to like, to share this video to a friend, and to hit the bell button and subscribe to the Football 360 channel. Football 360, taking you across the globe.